good field of invitational pacers whom we are about to see, and including one pacing filly who's mostly concentrated in New York, Bill O'Donnell, great driver, and Sticks and Scones. We'll run through quickly the field for you, talk about them a little bit more later. Hillbilly Orre, John Hogan, the driver. G's Romanero with Gary Ewing, a lot of local support going to this horse. The number 4 horse is Deacon Lobel, and this is a major winner, nearly $300,000 in his career. Duncans Wright also in the field. He's also won $300,000 in his life. He is a mature horse. He's a 6-year-old. Big Shift also in the field. Happy 7, Lumbering Mel with a late driver change. Wayne Truitt coming in to drive this horse. Now, Kurt, let us talk about a couple of these horses. We have some really very, very good pacers here, including the number 2 horse who is hiding behind the number 1. This is Hillbilly Orre hiding there behind Sticks and Scones.
Yes, Hillbilly Orre comes into the race with 3 wins in his last 4 starts. He had the 8-hole in his last start here and just couldn't get anywhere. Had 12 lengths to make up from the half, but still paced a mile in 58. He was a winner here, three of those last 4 starts, and one of the fastest one there in 57 and 2.
So he certainly is leading contender, and obviously is a horse that knows this track. Now, the horse that's the favorite in the race is Deacon Lobel, and if there's any question about him, it would be that he's not all that familiar with this track, and we'll have to see how he handles it. Is that usually a problem for a horse? This is an experienced racehorse, though.
Yes, for Deacon Lobel has the services of John Campbell tonight. He's trained by Joe Caraluzzi. Deacon has won these last 2 starts, one in 57 and 1 at the Meadows and in 156 and 2 at Liberty Bell. Both of those are 5/8 mile tracks. He shows no half-mile track form, but he's a veteran pacer. I'm sure he must have performed admirably on a half-mile track before. 11 wins this year already for this good son of Nansemond.
Well, this is a good field as well. And of course, we mentioned earlier Sticks and Scones, Bill O'Donnell driving her. This is a filly coming out of New York. That's where she primarily races, although she has traveled a little bit. We're seeing a pacing filly, and of course we'll be seeing trotting fillies later. We talked a little bit earlier about Fancy Crown beating the colts. Pacing fillies, you don't see that all that much often. I don't think Deacon Lobel there was all that scared of this attractive filly here. But does she have a chance?
I think Sticks and Scones will get the first call. She's a great post filly, and she gets right out of the gate, and there's no shocker about who will be on top going to the corner.
Well, she certainly would get support if she was in New York, because she's very popular around Roosevelt and Yonkers. Okay, here are the current odds. Sticks and Scones at 7-1, but then again, it is a big task for a pacing filly to face the colts. Hillbilly Orre 5-2. A lot of people like him. Here's Deacon Lobel at 8-5. First time in a while on this track. That might be kind of short odds on him. What do you think?
I think G's Romanero, who's the speed horse in the race from the 3-hole, he went to the half in 55 and 3 off of the rail last week, but he's in the 3-hole this week. If he can swing down there in a little more moderate time, he's the speed horse by Nero. His speed might hold up this evening.
Well, he's a good-looking horse too. Looks like a good muscular front quarters on this horse.
Yes, he warmed up exceptionally well, and I think if he's not too stout going out of there, and he can, restrain him and not make him go too much, he'll be a tough horse to beat in this field.
Well, the horses are starting to line up behind the gate, so we are approaching the start of this race. Remember, this is the 5th race, an Invitational Pace, $15,000, mostly colts and geldings. Also one filly. They'll have to go around twice. Remember, it's a half-mile track, and they are getting behind the gate. And they are lining up. Billy Perkins is the track announcer. Let's go to Billy right now.
Well, thank you, Sharon. All horses look like they're going to be on the gate as we get underway. It's a beautiful night here in Fort Washington, Maryland. 71 degrees out. Sticks and Stones, the favorite in the field here, Deacon Lobel with John Campbell. We're ready to go. And there they go, driving out for the lead. G.E.'s Romanero in the middle of the racetrack to challenge. Sticks and Scones down along the rail, going to keep him out there for a while. Up on the outside, Deacon Lobel now comes on 3rd. Hillbilly Orre down along the rail in 4th. Duncans Wright to get away 5th. Big Shift comes on 6th. Happy 7 racing 7th. The early trailer, Lumbering Mel. Take him down the back lane. G.E.'s Romanero 27 and 4/5. They'll swing into the paddock turn the first time. It's G.E.'s Romanero to cut it out. He's got about 2 on Sticks and Scones, 2nd by 4. Deacon Lobel comes on 3rd. Hillbilly Orre racing 4th. Then it's Duncans Wright in 5th. Big Shift, Happy 7 and Lumbering Mel in front of the grandstand. They'll roll down to the halfway mark. G.E.'s Romanero, the half goes 56. And 3/5 the clubhouse turn the second time. GE's Romanero. The garden trip to Sticks and Scones in second. Now a tighter third. It's Deacon Lobel. He's underway. Hillbilly Orre to close on him fourth. Duncans right in fifth. Along the rail, big shift. Happy 7 to the outside. Lumbering Mel begins his campaign. The field tightens. They drive to the three-quarter mark. Sticks and Scones. Bill O'Donnell on the outside to take over the lead. 1:26 and 3/5, a quarter of a mile to go. It's Sticks and Scones to show in front. Deacon Lobel ready to challenge second. Hillbilly Orre third. Here comes Duncans right now fourth. Happy 7th, 5th. Lumbering Mel to close on the field. They turn for the finish mark. Pacing through the lane. Sticks and Scones on top of the length. Now Hillbilly Orre comes on strong in the middle. Sticks and Scones on the outside. Hillbilly Orre.
Well, look at the time, 55-4 by these good pacers. GE's Romanero, well, he made the pace a little too much pace.
Well, again, he showed, that brutal speed in the first half, and he was really unpressured for it. He also tired badly over there by the three-quarter mile mark, but a really good trip for Hillbilly Orre to come up on the outside. He got to follow Deacon Lobel, and in the stretch really fired coming off the last corner and blew by Sticks and Scones, who went a really creditable race.
Well, Sticks and Scones raced superbly, and of course Bill O'Donnell had her there tucked in just in the position to take over when the three-horse tired. She just didn't have enough, no matter how hard O'Donnell tried to give her everything he could, but couldn't quite hold him off.
She just can't hold off this horse's rush. I mean, he makes a really strong finishing late move here, and is a solid 2.5 length winner and going away at the end of it.
On the other hand, she did beat Deacon Lobel, everybody's favorite here, so a good race by her. A good race, in fact, by the top three horses. Not so good by GE's Romanero, who went a little too fast too soon.
Yeah, it's only 4/5 of a second off of GE's Romanero's own track record. And a really creditable mile this late in the season here when obviously we don't get the heat and humidity that you get in the summertime.
Well, it also augurs well for a pretty fast time in our 3-year-old filly trot coming up, I would think.
I think the track record, which is only 2 minutes and a fifth, will fall tonight by huge chunks.
I think what we also noticed in this race, which we can sort of look forward to the next race, it's very, very tough on those horses on the outside. We're looking at horses in the first 4 post positions here involved in all the running of this race. And there he goes.
Yeah, he's just going away at the end. I mean, John Hogan just gives him a little tap right there at the wire to keep him going, but he made a very impressive move off the corner.
And a good performance by this very good 5-year-old pacer. He is a Keystone Orre stallion and bred in Kentucky at Stony Creek Stud in Kentucky. And there is the winner. Probably happy to win on a night like this.
Yeah, this is a new record for him. His previous best was 157-2 here. As we said, the last start he had at the 8-hole and got way out of the race, but still closed a lot of ground, and obviously had a much better trip here tonight.
Well, there's a lot of considerations that go into picking the horses you're going to follow in races like this one, and of course in the next race. Size of the track, fifth race is now official. The winner, Hillbilly Orre, he paid $744 and $320 to win. Sticks and Scones finishing second. She paid $6 and $360. In third place, Deacon Lobel, $280 to show, 155-4. Fast time. We'll be back with more in a minute.